a categorical data plotting. So until now what we did, we used numerical data plotting. Now we are going to work on categorical data plotting. So what we will do in this section, we'll discuss about cat plot, box plot we already discussed, all right, and some strip plot and swarm plot. So basically we don't use it. I just want to give some idea how they look like. Maybe you find it interesting, right? Otherwise, we don't use, especially swarm plot and all. So I'm importing as usual normal necessary libraries, and I'm importing a tips dataset. Here we'll try to understand something about a restaurant and how a restaurant can improve their business and all, just by visualization. All right. Let's execute this and print the head method. Right. We have a data here. Now let's try to understand cat plot. So cat plot means categorical plotting. So cborn.cat plot. So let's understand cat plot. So whenever I say cat plot, it's a category, right? We are going to deal with a category. What is a category? Category is maybe either one of them, like in the particular gender, either a female or a male, one category. Smoker, yes or no, two categories. Days is also category. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, only 7 days. Right? Time is also one category because I have to choose either lunch or dinner. Right? So basically, so this type of a data is a category. I will talk more about categorical and continuous data in the statistics with some examples. So here sns.catplot. So X, I am going to take a day here. Why I'm taking a day? Because it is one of the category. You can take a smoker, you can take a sex, you can take a time. So, but not total bill and tip for X axis. You will understand very soon why. On the X, I'm taking some categorical data. And on Y axis, I'm taking total bill. Y and all we'll discuss. And I'm passing the total data set. Let's execute this and interpret. So this is a cat plot. So what it is saying, on Thursday, so they have collected only for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So not for a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. It is because one of the reason is, so they call it as a dry days, like no one visits on those days. Monday, so there are people visit. I'm not saying nobody visit, but usually the population will be thicker during these days, Thursday, Friday, because their weekend starts, from Thursday itself, Thursday evening itself, right? So it will last until Sunday. All right. So, but yeah, they have collected only for 4 days for some reason. Let's not debate on that. So on Thursday, there are data points, that is the total bills, right? So $10 bill and $20, 30 up to 40 and whatever it is. So on these days, so it gives an indication that these many customers visited and their total bills. So we are looking at a rough idea. We are not counting it. So we can say, okay, fair amount of customers visited. If I look into Friday, I can hardly count this, right? I mean, very countable customers visited during this particular day. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe around 15 customers visited. Fine. On Saturday, we see a big spike in this customers visits. And Sunday is also a fair amount of customers, right? And their bills and all we can interpret, right? So what kind of analysis I can do as a restaurant owner here, right? So this is basically, this is how we have to start thinking in future also, whenever we see data and all, right? So these are all basically analytics, right? Comes under analytics. So now, suppose say that I have a ABC restaurant, all right? I have suppose say waiters, six waiters, and three chefs, right? So let's say for three chefs, six is very less. Let's change it to eight, right? So, so in US, usually what happens? They pay a per hour basis, per hours, right? Maybe $6 per hour or $7, 8, 10, 11, depending upon your experience and the service, how good you are, how you speak to customer and all. So basically, they will pay according to that. And most of the time, what happens? Students used to work in the restaurant and all, right? Like how they come from different countries. Everyone, even from India also, they go to US for MS and all. So they will they need to manage their college fees and rent and all, right? So they are allowed to work there on F1 visa, right? They will get F1 visa and they can work in a gas station and grocery stores and restaurants and all. And they will get around $8 or $9, 11, 12 per hour. I'm talking about per hour, right? So similarly, for waiters also, suppose I'm giving a 10 is too less, I believe, for our waiter. Say $15, $15 per hour. And for chefs, suppose say $25 per hour, right? So on Thursday, what I can do, I can have all 8 waiters and 3 chefs. Fine. But when I look into the data on this particular day, so here I don't see many customers are visiting on Friday. So what I can do, instead of 8 waiters, I can keep only three waiters. Instead of 3 chefs, I can keep only 1 chef. So how much money I'm going to save here? How much money I'm going to save here? Think about per hour basis, right? Five manpower and 2 manpower. 5 into 15 into, suppose they are working for 8 hours into 8. Think how much money I can save. Think how much money I can save here, right? On every Friday, I'm going to save this much. Similarly, on Saturday, so we see some spike here. So what we will do, so instead of, so that time I can keep 8 waiters. Maybe if I need, if there is too much of a rush and all, maybe I can hire 2 more waiters part-time. Okay, you can come only on Saturday for this particular time and all. So you will be given extra allowance. You know, so I can manage my business by looking into all this data. So that kind of information I can get just by looking into simple graph. I don't need any expert here, right? So that is the thought process, that is the analysis. This is all people will do in analytics, business analytics and all, right? They will plot our beautiful graphs and start analyzing what and all we can do, right? Same thing you can apply here as well. So that is basically what cat plot. If you are more interested in a design and all, so you can explore the different parameters, right? It's up to you. I really don't want to get into that because it's we are not going to use it and it's not for us, right? The next one is SWAM plot. SWAM, we know everyone, I believe. So how it is and all. So we have some beautiful graphs coming out of this particular technique. Seaborn.SWAM plot. Sorry about that. So I have a X, a day, and a total bill. Same thing I'm using here, same data, just a different pattern or different graph. Let's execute this. So it looks a little beautiful, right? So yes, and how to interpret this? I think everyone knows it, but still let's understand. Let's take this particular area, right? So here, so on Thursday, there are customers visited and who made particular like $18. And this guy is very close, $17.80, right? This is how you can interpret. All are one individual customer or a group of customers. Right? This is total one bill. One dot is one bill. So that's how you can interpret. So here what happens, the difference between swarm plot and cat plot, they are basically overlapping. You see this area, right? They overlapped. We don't know exactly how many are there behind this particular dot or this data point. So, but here I will be able to see it. None of the data is overlapping here, right? If they are very same amount, you see this, they will be placed together, one after other. So we can able to make out. So that is the difference. Okay. Then again a cat plot. So here I'm using, I wanted to plot the cat plot, and inside I wanted to plot this swarm plot. I can club it. I can club it just for some visualization, some beautification, right? At the same time, I'm using a hue parameter. We know what hue does. So based on the size, for different size, it is going to give different color. So here I'm using a kind. In the cat plot, I'm using a kind swarm. Let's execute this. So this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like, where you see some kind of a design, I would say, right? So here, so for one customer, this is a coding, color coding, 2 customers, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. And most of the colors are basically what? Orange color. So maybe they are friends or couples, newly married, or maybe lovebirds, or whoever it is, right? So we see a lot of that data over here. It means that, so it is giving me an idea as a owner that yes, in my restaurant, most of the time only 2 people are coming, group of 2 people. Suppose say you have a table in your restaurant, right? Which is basically what? Six chair table, right? Dining table. So, and you see that most of the time only 2 customer, I mean a group of 2 people are visiting, group of 2 customers are visiting. So most of the time this table is, you know, being empty. I mean, nobody is coming in a group of 6. So this space, whatever I'm using for the 6 people table, so this space is unnecessarily getting wasted, right? So when your restaurant is in a busy area or a wonderful area, so you have to pay a lot of rent. So when you are paying a rent, why are you wasting this table? Because nobody is coming for this table. Hardly you will get, hardly customers are visiting. So what I will do, I will just remove this. So what I will do, I will just create tables for only 2 people. Right? So I'm utilizing that space, and more whenever a group of 2 customers comes, I can allocate them, or I can ask them to sit over here. So basically this is a 6 people table. So I have converted into 2 people table, right? I can make use of that space. I can improve my business. So whenever a restaurant is busy, and when 2 customers are visiting, and if they don't find the place, what they will do? They will go to the next restaurant. They don't wait, right? So it means that what? We are losing a business. So with these ideas, I can make use of the space and convert into this kind of a seats, right? So we can come up with the different ideas. I'm saying, I'm just giving a couple of ideas here, how one can think. Okay, so the next one, strip plot, right? Strip plot. So strip plot can be used for a categorical data plotting. I'm using a day and a total bill and data set. So just execute this. So this is almost looking like what cat plot one, right? So here, let's say smoker, right? I'm going to use a smoker. You see that? So smokers and non-smokers. I can understand that, okay, there are many non-smokers are coming to my restaurant. So what I should do? I should reduce space for the smokers and convert that into non-smokers. Maybe I can put some kind of a divider or some kind of a modification so that the smoke should not reach to these guys. Right? So different ideas for different plots. I can come up with different ideas.